Yogis recommend headstand, the shoulder stand, the scorpion, the chakrasana, the wheel pose. It's because they realize that the brain requires this oxygenation, and therefore the easiest way to bring oxygenation is to do the inversion. But to do the inversion, the best is the headstand, because as I mentioned this now, the oxygenation takes place when the breathing is stable. In handstand, the breathing is not stable. In scorpion, it is not stable because you're breathing faster, shorter and faster because it's more physical. But in headstand, it is more meditative. It is more meditative. In shoulder stand, it is more meditative. The breathing is slower. There is no struggle with the body. You're very calm. Then the supply of oxygen to the brain is so amazing. That is accomplished easily by the practices of pranayama, the breathing techniques. So yoga cannot be seen very lightly, cannot be seen like a kind of an exercise. No, it's something much more deeper than exercise. It's a practice of empowerment, of bringing your body to a greater capacity. It evolves your body. It awakens the body's potential. And you must believe in this potential, that you have the potential to heal yourself, you have the potential to create a new you, you can rejuvenate, regenerate into a new being. If the lizard, which is definitely less evolved than a human being, can lose its tail and then regrow a tail, and can you imagine what kind of capacities we have? The capacities that we have is much more advanced than a lizard's. And all it requires is your commitment. Just like here in class, you come, you're not playing with your phones, you're focused in the class. So like that, when you are practicing at home, the same commitment. You have to have the same commitment. Like keep aside all your gadgets and then focus, because this is the time for yourself. It's kind of like giving the greatest love for yourself. So to give the greatest love to yourself, no distractions. Nothing else is important than the time you devote fully to yourself. Otherwise, when we are not giving the time, when you go out to a picnic, then you are still distracted by other things. When you are in class, then you are distracted by the gadgets. Or when you're practicing at home, you put your handphone in front of you, and then you practice, and then you SMS, and you practice, you answer the call. So what happens is, the body feels that you are not paying attention to it. When the body feels that we are not paying attention to it, it feels that it is not being loved. You may have the greatest loving parents, the greatest loving spouse, but even that will not heal your mind and your body like your own self. When you give your full and undivided attention to your body, fully, then your organism, your cells, your consciousness feels that you love it most, that you give your full attention. Then it will support you. Then it will start to heal. It will start to evolve. It will start to grow in wisdom, in happiness, because it feels loved. So no one can ever love like your own self. So remember this, that the word love or loving yourself is felt by your consciousness when you give it the complete undivided attention. So this will be our meditation today, the meditation of giving complete and undivided time to oneself. Even if it is 10 minutes, when you give full and complete undivided attention to yourself, then it's such a wonderful healing process. So which means from from today onwards, you can practice this. Especially when you go to toilet. Don't bring the handphone, so that the bowel movements are not constipating. Otherwise, you are seated and then you are answering the SMS and then the phone, and of course, there's some other movement supposed to take place, not taking place. I hope that they don't invent the waterproof phone. Or you will be bathing and then still SMSing. And then bathing also not so clean. So like that, so pay attention that it is not an advice. I'm not giving advice, but these are facts of your life. If you follow, if you absorb it, I mean, it's common sense. You know it is right. You know in the heart of your heart, whatever is being said here is the absolute truth. If you follow, you gain the ultimate benefit, and also you can learn the art of detachment. The art of detachment is to be able to let go of the other arm you have. The arm is your phone. You have to let go. Especially these young people, you have to learn that when you study, you cannot put your handphone in front of you, or switch on the radio, or listen to song, or watch TV and you study, because the mind cannot perform two tasks effectively at the same time. Multitasking is not effective when you study. When you study, you have to switch off the phone. Switch off all the gadgets. You cannot put the earphone and listen to songs and study, because it's not going to give the complete absorption. When everything else is switched off, you practice detachment. Detachment will help you in your life. Later on, when you are in college or when you are working, and then you become attached to someone or something, and when that thing is no more, young people are driven to suicide because they cannot detach. So this art of detachment starts with yourself. You have to detach when there is a time to attach, and there is also time to detach. Then you will find it is a pleasant life. When you go to college, when you go to work later on, you have greater mastery of your life. You are much more happier than the people around you. You are much more balanced. People like you because you are balanced. You are not holding on to your gadgets all the time like a slave to it. You are free. You have achieved freedom. So at the age of 20, 21, 22, 23, you are wise. You are attractive. You have personality. How many young people have personality? They are no personality, like zombies, like factory produced. No character. Don't know what they are talking about. Don't know how to behave. How many young people can you see you can look up to? God character, God wisdom, attractive, own unique personality. So develop this uniqueness. Don't become like one of the 10 million out there. Become one special individual who stands out, who inspires other people. Relaxed, happy and cheerful. Let's wish all the people on earth, all family members and loved ones, those whom we work with, all those who have guided us in our lives, all our friends and fellow practitioners here in our class, and I wish each one of you good health, long life, prosperity, happiness, wisdom, peace, love and liberation, or moksha. With this, we rub the palms together over the face, head, back of the neck, chest, abdomen, up and down the spine, and to the knees.